Hello, or hello internet. I used to say that, didn't I? Hello internet. I'm so sorry. It's been such a long time since I've done a bow review. I feel like I've got to apologise anyway, because it's been such a long time since I've done any sort of regular video. Things have just been absolutely hectic. What we're starting a business and family life and stuff. So thank you for bearing with me. I am drilling out the content again now, which actually feels good. It feels so good to be out making content again. It's a good outlet for me. So thank you very much for sticking with me. But I feel like I have to tack on another apology to that, and that's the chap who sent me this bow, Megan from the Netherlands, from Fairbow. He sent me this bow well over a year ago, and I just haven't had a chance to get out and talk about it. So hence what we're doing today. But what he sent me here, now this is the Vertex, and this is a 68-inch flatbow, longbow. It's something that I'm not used to. I haven't shot bow this long in a very long time. It's also a profile I'm not used to. It's a very sort of simple D-shaped bow. It almost feels like a hill style bow without a hill style grip. It's I describe it as a very simple kind of working man's workhorse of a bow. You don't get some of the bells and whistles that you would with other bows, but it doesn't really need them. Its kind of beauty is in its simplicity. Now, I'll put my hands up and say I'm not used to shooting this style of bow. I'm not an AFB guy. I much prefer a heavily reflex deflex longbow. So shooting this is a little bit out of my comfort zone, but saying that, it's still kind of fun. I mean, I haven't taken a quiver or anything with me into the woods today. I've got the bow and I've got 4 arrows, and I'm just walking around having a ping in it, sort of various targets, and I'm enjoying myself, and that's why we shoot at the end of the day. But let me just tell you a little bit about this bow. It's made up of primarily 2 pieces of wood. You've got some Indonesian rosewood here, and then you've got some African rosewood on the handle. Now, I've been told one of the interesting things about this bow is this handle is kind of superfluous to the bow. You can take this handle, it can snap, it can break, you can take it off, and the bow is still perfectly functional. Did I just have a mini stroke? Take that handle off the bow and it's still perfectly functional. It offers nothing to the workings of the bow. The bow is all in this piece of Indonesian rosewood here. That's just a comfy thing to hold, which I haven't really seen before. All the bows I've seen before, the grip's built into the riser, and if there's a crack in the grip, the riser needs either repairing or replacing. This, it's stuck on there, and it's perfectly functional. When I first saw it, I thought that's not going to be the most comfortable grip, but actually shooting it's not uncomfortable. It's kind of nice in the hand. It sort of you've got that sort of slightly bigger than a normal kind of longbow grip, but yeah, it's sort of in between a hill style grip and a regular grip bow. But yeah, it feels quite nice in the hand, quite positive. Bamboo core in the limbs, which I do like a bit of bamboo. There's no carbon in this. It's just 2 treated pieces of bamboo on something called power core, which I'm guessing it looks like another kind of bamboo. But so yeah, that's going to give you a little bit of speed, going to give you a little bit more punch. And you've got some really funky limb tips up here. I think they're called Crinite or something. I'm not sure what that is, but they look awesome. They're kind of squiggly, and that's nice. I've put a pro grizzly string on that just to sort of try and maximize a little bit of performance. But yeah, I mean that's the bow in its entirety. Really, it's just a simple working man's longbow. Like I say, it's 68 inches, which I haven't shot a bow that long for ages. So I think let's stop talking about it. Let's go shoot it. I'll try and talk you through how it kind of feels and what sort of stuff we're doing with it. But yeah, that's the Vertex. Let's go and have a play with it. So we've been walking around and we've come to a nice sort of standing deer, 15, maybe 20 yards away. It's not a huge distance, but I thought I'd take a few shots and talk you through how it kind of feels to shoot this bow, or at least I'll try to anyway. It's always a bit difficult to put into words, but yeah, let's give it a go. I mean, first, before we shoot, I reiterate, this is a 68-inch bow. It's marked up at 43 pounds at 28 inches. I think there's a maximum of 32 inches on the draw length, which is a nice long wingspan. I'm nowhere near that, so that's okay. I am shooting some Victory carbon trads. These are 450 spine. So chances are they're probably a little bit too stiff for this bow, really, but I mean, they're flying well enough. The other thing I noticed about this bow is it's not got a huge shelf on it. It's not cut to center. It's quite proud of center, actually, which makes it perfectly legal for an AF bow in the NFAS and other sort of longbow categories. World Archery, you can have one that's cut past center, but for the things I shoot most often, it's perfectly legal as an AFB, which stands for American Flatbow. But yeah, I mean, I've been pushing them a little bit left all morning. I think I'm trying to account for the shelf on that one, but like any bow, it takes a little bit of a while to get used to what it is you're doing. So let's just chuck a couple of arrows downrange. I've been mixing it up as well today. I've been shooting a little bit split finger and a little bit 3-under, see which works better. This bow definitely sounds and likes being shot split finger better than it does 3-under. But I'm sure if you were to order one of these as a custom bow, made to order, I'm sure Megan could tiller that for you. But yeah, I think this is very much tillered for a split finger, but I'm going to be shooting it 3-under, so it's a tiny bit louder than what it should be. Maybe I'll put in a couple of 3-under shots, split finger shots later on. But yeah, let's just chuck a few arrows, see where they end up. Okay, solid. It's in the boiler room. Nice positive shot. It feels like it's got some welly to it for a 43 pound bow. Now, with any type of bow like this, you're going to get a bit of vibration. You're going to get a little bit of hand shock. It's the nature of the beast. Having that recurve or the reflex on the limb takes a lot of that out. So you are going to get a little bit of boo from it, but it's not unpleasant. It's a nice positive feeling. That's quite nice. Considering it's not the sort of bow I shoot anymore, it's fun. It's fun to shoot. It's simple. It's a stick and string, and I think we miss that sometimes. I think we get caught up in gizmos and gadgets and things, and we forget that it's all about just wandering around the woods with a bit of stick and string. But let's pop another one down there. Let's see what we got. Again, it's in the boiler room. Again, I'm definitely going a little bit left of what I'm looking at, but that's something that you'll get sort of your work past as you get used to any bow. Also, I lost the arrow shelf somewhere in the woods, so it's not really making any difference, really. I just thought I'd mention it. But I don't know if you can hear that. My tummy's grumbling. Must be nearly lunchtime. Yeah, solid shot again. Pulling them a little bit left again. Let's have one more, and then we'll go for another little walk around the woods. But yeah, it's nice and quiet. Yeah, I mean, certainly passable, a little bit to the left, but no, I enjoyed that. But that's the Vertex. Workhorse of a bow. Good fun. Let's have another little shoot, go for a walk, and then I'm going to get some lunch. I'm starving. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so that is the Vertex by Fairbow. I just want to thank Megan for sending me that to have a play with. I do apologise for it taking such a long time to get round to doing it. It's been one of those bows that's just sat in my rack, staring me in the face every day. But now I finally get out and have some fun with it in the woods. But it's been a fun morning actually. I haven't shot a bow this long or this style of bow for ages, and it's been quite refreshing. As I said before, I'm a reflex deflex man. That's my go-to bow. But this, just shooting something a little bit different for a day, it's done me the world of good. It's lovely. It is a very simple bow. It's a workhorse of a bow. You're not going to get the bells and whistles on it that you would other bows, but it is just a hard-working, simple bow. I've been told the failure rate on these is really small. I think Megan said since 2012 there's a 2% failure rate, which for a piece of wood is amazing. I mean, traditional bows do tend to have quite a high failure rate, but 2% since 2012 is incredible. And there is a fantastic warranty on these as well. Megan does a good job. He's very passionate about what he does. I'm lucky enough to know several guys from the Netherlands, and they eat their traditional archery out there. They absolutely eat, sleep and breathe it. And it's nice to see people with that sort of passion about traditional archery. And Megan and the guys at Fairbow certainly have that sort of passion. So it is really nice, solid workhorse of a bow. It's got a really nice vintage feel to it. Now, I don't mean that as a negative. I like shooting old bows. I've got a really nice collection of old bows, some old Bears, some Ben Pearsons and things. And it has that vintage feel to it. And that's not something you get nowadays with bows. I mean, bows are sort of engineered in such a way for them not to feel vintage, but there is something nice about a vintage feeling bow. And I think the sort of Vertex captures it. It's very much, I think I said before, very much like a hill style bow, but with a much more comfortable grip. I'm not a huge fan of the chisel grip you get on the hill style bows. I find them a little bit uncomfortable. That's probably just my old age and my aging hands. But yeah, this is a solid little bow. Great price as well. At the time of making this video, I think they're €399. Obviously prices changed, Brexit and all that nonsense, but I will put a link in the description so you can have a look at these bows and see what sort of price they're running at. But yeah, I'm sure you can buy one off the shelf, or I'm sure Megan would even make you a custom one should you require it. But that's a nice punchy fun little bow. I've had a cracking morning, although what I said before isn't a lie. I'm really hungry, so I'm going to go and get some lunch, maybe a nice cup of tea somewhere, and yeah. But I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm sorry it's been such a long time since I have done a bow review. I've got a few bows sitting on the rack that do need looking at, so I'll have some more coming to you soon. But anyway, you take care, shoot straight, and I'll see you on the internet. Bye-bye.